I was at the siege of Acre when King Richard's men executed its defenders. Thousands of bound and defenseless Saracens, including women and children, were put to the sword. We flung ourselves at them and massacred them with sword and lance in cold blood. It was a hysteria that came over us, and with our hearts blinded with hatred, anger, and frustration, we behaved like butchers. Yet, sitting in this courtyard, listening to the tales from your world and receiving your kindness and generosity, I would seek to repent of my actions. Sofia reached out her hand and touched Lord Bateman's cheek in a tender act of sympathy, with forgiveness he felt he barely deserved. She sighed and shrugged. Such is the fate of men who take up the sword. I neither condemn nor condone. My spirit merely tells me that whether Saracen or Frank, Muslim or Christian, there are greater things that bind us. With that, she leaned over and planted a kiss on his cheek. Sofia beckoned the jailer over, and with a knowing glance whispered a few words in his ear and handed him a silver coin. The jailer withdrew to leave them alone. He would not deny the Sultan's daughter's desires. Sofia took Lord Bateman's hand and led him back into his cell with its rough bed stuffed with straw. Lord Bateman smiled, gesturing to the corner of the prison where he slept. I wish I had a bed of goose feathers we could lay on, but this is all I can offer. It's all that's needed, my love, she whispered. Lord Bateman could scarcely believe what was happening. Was the gentle Sofia really going to offer her body up to him, with all the risks that entailed if her father discovered his Mohammedan daughter lay with the Christian crusader? His doubts were answered by Sofia's actions, as her turban was tossed aside to release waves of her dark brown hair. And then, to Lord Bateman's delight, she started to untie the fastens on her dress, pulling the material off her shoulders and letting it slide onto the prison floor. He gasped with surprise and amazement at seeing Sofia stand before him, naked. Without the layers of heavy silks, she looked so delicate. Seen in the gloom of his prison, her brown skin glowed. She was a glorious vision of beauty and mystery. When she spoke, it was her voice, that intoxicating voice that had so tantalizingly captivated him with its tales of desire, love, and loss which aroused him. Come here, my love. Take me into your arms, she murmured. Don't think about what we are about to do. Don't worry about consequences. Forget the barriers of religion and race that divide us. Live for this moment, my lord. Let us imagine we are characters in a story, and we are capable of anything we desire in our hearts. Lord Bateman could hold out no longer. He swept her slender frame into his arms, buried his face in her hair, and then kissed her with a passion fueled by months of pent-up desire. When their lips parted, she wasted no time in whipping off his tunic from over his head and pulling down his pantaloons. His clothes were thrown carelessly onto the stone floor of the jail. They collapsed onto the straw. They reveled in the pleasure of their bare flesh against one another, oblivious to the discomfort of their surroundings. They explored each other's bodies with touch, Sofia's fingers straying to Lord Bateman's erect cock. Was her knowledge of how to arouse him learnt from erotic manuals from her father?